something stood up above, a good shoulders and head above these 6-foot reeds.
His face was pretty black, but his eyes weren't.
So the thing had to be at least 3 times, weigh 3 times as much as me.
That's where we seen the mass stand up and we were like, whoa.
I thought to myself, is that a Bigfoot?
It was 1973. There was my brother, my father, a friend of mine.
I do metal detecting as a hobby, out in the woods, old home foundations, things of that nature.
It was in October or November of 2012.
I was walking out back of my house to some trees that are out there. I like to just go out there, think, pray, whatever. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move.
My friend was to my left of me, but farther down. He actually noticed the Sasquatch first.
My brother was walking in the one soybean field. He kept on saying, I hear something ahead of me in the brushy woods next to the ditch.
We were on a Bigfoot expedition and we had been doing some probes throughout the night, hearing some things and footfalls.
We both kind of looked at the same time and I was kind of in shock. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I turned to look, and right next to a fairly tall stump that I'd been used to seeing, I thought I saw something that wasn't the stump.
I looked up and this thing was coming out of the the south side, stopped in the middle between the 2 railroad tracks and was standing there looking at us.
Standing off to the right-hand side of the road, which is the same side the camp was on, or campsite was on rather, there was a creature standing there.
As I looked a little closer, I realized that there was a hand moving like this, only it's down, and I thought, well, bushes don't move.
You could see it was all black, it was huge, it was massive.
The biggest thing that really stood out to me was the eye shine that was coming back to me.
My first impression, now years later, he looks like the Jack Link's Bigfoot, except mine was a charcoal gray.
And it saw me walking towards it, and I realized that it had a face.
And it stood there for the longest time because I think what had occurred was it was wondering if I was watching it.
And it took 2 steps off the horse and buggy trail off into the woods.
And it just turned and walked into the woods.
He got off the tracks before my father got up there. He stepped down off the tracks and went down into that river bottom.
That was my first encounter, and I wasn't really sure if it was what it was, but I knew what I saw. So
actually, that scared me. I didn't go back in the woods for a while.
Has it changed me as a person? I would say no. I'm still a skeptic when it comes to a lot of sightings.
The main thing is, everybody says, oh, this could have been somebody in a monkey suit. When you're looking at something and you see muscle definition on it, this is way before Harry and the Hendersons and all that stuff. And when you actually see muscles and body parts and things like that, it's hard to believe that it's a hoax.